Now this video will let you watch over my shoulder as I draw this still life that I've set up over here. We're using just two different sticks of charcoal and an eraser. So let me show you first what I do. I put a border around the edge and I fill it all in with gray and then go from there. So I'll show you on a small piece of paper what I mean. I'm using two kinds of charcoal. The smaller one's made from vine and the bigger one's made from willow branch. And I'm using a kneadable eraser. So I start the drawing by creating a border around the edge, and then I fill in within the border. Once I've got the whole thing filled in, then I smooth it, and I keep working till I have a nice even gray over the entire piece of paper. Alright, let's begin. So I'm making the border now, filling it in with charcoal, smearing it, and it's not dark enough, so I add another layer and smear it again. Now I'm drawing, looking, drawing. In a minute I'll notice that the box that the tea kettle is sitting on, the perspective is wrong, and I'll erase it and redraw it. I'm using the side of the fatter piece of charcoal, the willow charcoal, to put in the broad areas of color or tone, and the smaller stick to make the darker, narrower black lines. Although I also use the edge and the point of the larger willow charcoal to make some of the dark lines. I do a lot of blending with my fingertips, as you can see. And eventually, you can see the streaks I'm making with the kneadable eraser, where it makes highlights. Sometimes I change my mind and cover them over and redo them. Blending with fingertips. Occasionally I'll do something and change my mind and put gray back on top of it and redo it or do something else. So I'm using the fatter charcoal to darken some of the things by pressing harder with it. Here I'm using the eraser to lighten the background area behind the handle of the tea kettle, and I'm using the small charcoal to make the little dark lines on the apple and on the lid, and blending with my fingers and using the kneadable eraser to make the highlights on the flashlight. Just kind of, well, there it is. So that was 57 minutes compressed down to 3.5. Here's some drawings I've done recently in Denise Owens' drawing class here at Ohlone. Of course, I did this one as you saw at home, but here's one I did in her class. This was based on just a skull. This was based on a plaster half face. This was a corner of the classroom. This was one of the fellow students. We all had to draw portraits of each other. This was a hallway where I had to do perspective. This is where we were starting to do oil pastels. Here's some drawings I did in the early 70s when I first got to California. I took a class at Alameda Community College. life drawing, still life, heavily modified, more still life, another life drawing portrait. So thanks for watching.